Like I stated in my last video, when it comes to OCD and the triggers that we experience, they cause a lot of fear and anxiety. And it also causes us to have uncertainty about our morals and beliefs in life, which leads us into doing compulsive actions to relieve the fear and anxiety that we feel from the triggers and give us certainty about our morals and beliefs. What's going on, everybody, man? Appreciate y'all tuning back into the channel. If y'all haven't already, man, make sure y'all subscribe and turn on post notifications so y'all don't miss a beat when I upload. And as y'all can see by the title, we're going to be talking about compulsions. But before we get into that, make sure y'all follow me on all my socials. I'm going to put them right here. And yeah, let's get into this video, man. Now, before we get started on this video, I do want to say you do not want to rely on compulsions 100%. You know, in the OCD community, you know, you hear that compulsions are a big no-no and you should avoid them. But me personally, I don't agree with that either. You know, when it comes to life overall, we sometimes, well, most times need a reassurance about things that we go through. You know, we always can't, you know, we can't always like rely on, you know, our certainty or our faith behind the things that we, you know, believe in and stuff like that. Sometimes we need some type of reassurance, some type of guidance, some type of, you know, help, you know, and that's where reassurance come in. So when it comes to OCD, I think you should find a balance between, you know, falling into compulsions, but at the same time believing in yourself and having certainty in what you believe in, having faith behind not only yourself, but, you know, the morals and beliefs in life. So yeah, keep that in mind. So when it comes to compulsions, there are two types of compulsions that you can fall into. You can either fall into physical compulsions or you can fall into mental compulsion. And in this video, I'll be explaining what both are. So yeah, just like triggers, anything can be considered a compulsion. You know, if it gives you some type of relief, you know, from the anxiety that you feel, or give you, you know, certainty about your morals and beliefs, then it's a compulsion. When it comes to physical compulsions, this can look like hiding items that can trigger you, avoiding people or places that can trigger you, falling into compulsive sexual behaviors, and many more. When it comes to mental compulsions, this can consist of rumination, changing the bad thoughts that we experience into good thoughts, constantly repeating, you know, phrases or words in our heads, and many more. For example, let's say you're dealing with harm OCD, right? And you are hiding sharp items like knives or scissors due to the fear that you may harm yourself or someone else. This will be considered a physical compulsion. For mental compulsions, let's say, you know, you are ruminating in the past, trying to see if there was any signs of, you know, any signs showing that you wanted to harm someone or that you wanted to harm yourself. This would be considered a mental compulsion. Or, you know, repeating, you know, the phrase like, I'm a good person, I wouldn't harm anyone, you know, constantly repeating this in your head. This would be considered as a mental compulsion as well. Another example would be for sexual orientation OCD. Now, as y'all know, this is a subtype that I suffer with the most. So I have a lot of examples for this, especially personal examples. But anyways, a physical compulsion I used to do when it comes to sexual orientation OCD, I would avoid, you know, hanging out with my friends or family members due to the fear that I may, you know, find them attractive or, you know, excuse me, that was somewhat uncomfortable to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This was due to the fear of me finding them attractive and, you know, feeling like I, you know, was going to be gay. And yeah, another physical compulsion I used to fall into was, you know, watching adult films, you know, to test my, you know, I guess you say test my sexuality out, see if I, you know, still got aroused by females. And yeah, I promise y'all, I don't know why, like I could be like, I feel like when I get into details about my story, that's when it comes triggering. But like when I just like talk about, like, I'm not as detailed, like Oh my. When I'm not as detailed as, you know, I could be, you know, I'm okay talking about it. But when I'm still okay talking about it when I get detailed, but I get uncomfortable. So excuse me when I pause and I just, you know, just look. Yeah, excuse me. But yeah, another example would be for mental compulsions. I would constantly repeat in my head, you know, that, you know, I'm like, I'm not gay. I find girls attractive. And then I would ruminate on the past, you know, when I, you know, was with other girls, you know, I would ruminate on my past relationships, you know, past, you know, experiences. I ain't go, y'all know, but yeah, I would do that, and that would be considered a mental compulsion, of course. And the last example I have for us today will be surrounding health OCD, as this is a subtype that I struggle with, you know, periodically. Like it's not as bad as my sexual orientation. Well, it could be that bad, but not really. But yes, at the same time. But anyways, a physical compulsion for health OCD will be, you know, constantly going to the doctor, you know, getting checkups, you know, due to, you know, the fear of you becoming sick or, you know, catching a serious illness, you know, like, you know, I ain't gonna say the word because, you know, I don't want to be triggering to anybody that's watching this, or, you know, like any serious illness out there. So yeah. Another physical compulsion for health OCD would be wearing gloves, you know, the COVID mask, you know, to, you know, protect yourself, and always, you know, disinfecting things and, you know, cleaning up, make sure everything is, you know, uncontaminated. And yeah. And like I said, that's why I always say health OCD and contamination OCD kind of ties into the same thing, because they both surround the, you know, the same fear, you know, becoming sick or getting someone else sick. And yeah. Oh, and one more physical compulsion could be, you know, praying. And I feel like this ties into a lot of, you know, like I said, because anything could be considered a compulsion, you know, and I feel like this can ties into any subtype out there, you know, like excessive praying, you know, and asking that, you know, you are healed, you know, that there's nothing wrong with you, and, you know, stuff in that nature. And of course, for mental compulsions, this could be ruminating, you know, in the past, trying to see if there was any signs that you was, you know, becoming sick, or, you know, constantly repeating in your mind that, you know, you are not sick, that you are healthy, that you're good, and stuff in that nature. And on that note, this is the end of the video. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the only part that was really uncomfortable to speak about was my sexual orientation OCD. But as y'all know, like I said, I basically, you know, I know how to manage my OCD. So I can get triggered, you know, but I won't enter an episode for real, because one, I've been through this like a million times. It's like watching a horror movie over and over again. At some point, you just be like, bro, this is just it. You know, it's like, this is not, you know, scary for real. Like it catches you off guard, but it's not something that, you know, you fall into an episode about, because, you know, you just know what it is. So yeah, I'm glad I got through it. I'm glad I'm at this point where I can, you know, not joke, but, you know, I can like have fun, you know, and laugh about my mess ups, and, you know, talk comfortably about, you know, my, you know, episodes, my story, you know, even though it feels uncomfortable, I can still get through it and talk about it. But yeah, I hope this video, you know, was informative. I hope, you know, whoever watching this video, if you have OCD, I hope you don't feel alone, because you're not. You know, I hope you can relate in this, you know, to this video or any of the OCD videos that I post. If you're someone that's new to OCD and you're just willing to, you know, learn about this with an open mind, I hope you learned something today, and I hope this could possibly help you, you know, navigate, you know, I guess your relationship with someone that has OCD, you know, that can, you know, it. I hope that, you know, this can help you with, you know, helping someone else with OCD that, you know, possibly have OCD in your life. And, you know, yeah. But yeah, if you haven't already, man, make sure y'all leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on post notifications so y'all don't miss me when I upload. And if you haven't already, man, make sure y'all follow me on all my socials. I'm gonna put them right here. And yeah, also, if you haven't already, check out my last video right here, where I spoke on, OCD triggers and basically what it can consist of. And yeah, I think that's it. More videos on the way, of course. More vlogs on the way. More everything on the way. So yeah. On that note, as always,